So, welcome back, vampires. It has been a couple of weeks, if not months, I think. At least since last year. Because of this, I will ask one of you to sort of recall what happened during the last couple of sessions.
All right, well, I think all considering it didn't go too badly. We did manage to take out the threat. We took out two of the hunters. Marcus took out one. I had to track down another, but we did it. We got the big one, who seemed to be in charge, and spirited him away in my van. Well, I should say Luna and Marcus did that. I got separated from them. I had to get one of my beater cars and show up a little while later, but we managed to get him over at the strip club, squirreled away. We tried to interrogate him as best we could, but that fucker had some training or resistance or something, but it didn't seem like anything we could do really get through to him. But we managed to find out that he was getting his information through some unknown source on the dark web, I think is what Marcus called it. I don't really know, but basically, guy was flying on blind faith. That's all we had to go on. I wanted to go to the Oakland Freedom Council and then tell them what was going on, but Luna really pushed for us talking to the Baron, and she has an in with Duncan, so I guess we decided to go in that direction, take care of that. Some stuff happened before that, and we met Baby Big Guns, who is my new favorite person in this world, and I unfortunately had to get rid of my van. Ended up being pegged at the scene of the crime. I reported it in some sort of fancy rehab clinic of the stars, where Luna's trying to get us to go see the Baron, Duncan, but for some reason she's being denied the meeting, which she seems very perturbed about. And then these three fucking orderlies got in my face, and well, that's just not sitting right with me. So I don't know who this other hippie lady is, but here's hoping that she doesn't mind a little bit of blood, because I think that's what's about to happen.
Very well, thank you, Conrad. That was very, very well done. Okay, so as you described, you indeed have three orderlies standing around you, with the receptionist on one side and the other vampire named Sappho off behind them. What do you do, Trip? I am going to give this to you first.
Is there like an open window or door, or are we like outside?
You were standing in basically the reception area of this really fancy spa resort kind of deal, retreat, something like that.
Okay. Can there be some sort of open window or screen door or something that gives access to outside?
So it's basically you come inside, like large double door. Then you have like a marbled room made of marble pillars, like really, really fancy. You have some doors leading deeper into the complex. You can stay here. This is like kind of like a hotel, sort of, if you're rich enough. Like it's a really fancy place, mainly made as like a retreat, a spa kind of destination. Yeah, I will say at the back of this big marbled hall, you will see doors opening up to like what's basically the garden of this place.
Are the doors open right now or no?
No, closed.
No. Okay.
They're like floor to ceiling, just like glass sliding doors, basically.
Okay, so Trip's gonna kind of square up, stepping in front of Luna and Marcus. I don't know how far away this other vampire lady or the orderlies are, but Trip kind of just raises his chin a little bit and just lets out a high whistle. And from behind the doors that they entered, you see some mist coming from underneath. And then it kind of goes up the split of the door, and suddenly there's just this fog pouring in, and it comes and it swirls around his feet, and it starts kind of like going up his body a little bit, and then the orderlies and this lady and the receptionist notices that it's also coming from behind them because it's coming in through the garden doors too. And it's just filling the area, and it's kind of like making it real spooky in here, and it goes like across Trip's eyes a little bit, and where it does, maybe you see it flashing like slightly. And this is Trip using Fog's Caress. So he is just staring down these orderlies. Like, all right, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, which one of you's first? Which one of you wants to step up?
Okay, you may roll me, I guess, manipulation intimidation?
Fair enough.
And you can add your 2 dice for Fox Caress.
Thank you. 3 successes with a crit.
Yeah. And they will roll, I guess, Resolve Composure?
How orderly are these orderlies? Also, I think Trip is unarmed, by the way. Like, I didn't bring any weapons to this. We were gonna go see. Oh, frick you.
That's 1.
These human dice pools are beefy.
Oh, these are not humans.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I guess I feel a little better about that then.
Not completely.
Are they ghouls?
Yeah, these are the humans that have a taste of vampire blood, so they're a little bit more capable, a little bit stronger. Yeah, so one sort of doesn't seem perturbed by your intimidation attempt, and he steps up, saying, "Yo, buddy, you really gotta get out there." But like his 2 friends, basically, like they sort of back off, see like what the fuck is happening here. They've never they've dealt with like vampires before in some kind of way, but never like this. Like they never seen someone control mist like that, and it's very unsettling to them.
So, is this one of the armed ones? Because you said I think 1 or 2 of them came up with like billy club type things, and then
Yeah,
1 or 2
like
of them were unarmed.
Like batons, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna say the one stepping up has one, and I'm gonna say that the other 2 like don't, just because it's kind of a nice narrative way like that. Nice in the narrative like that, if that makes sense.
Okay, so this dude comes up to me, and in the middle of his speech, can I just kind of like grab him and kind of like judo throw him into the other one without a baton? So I want to take the non-scared one, and I want to bodily throw him into the one that is unarmed, so that the one that is unmolested as of right now is the scared one with the baton. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's and you are a vampire, so I believe you will move before this guy, since he basically also is going to initiate combat with you. So
Cool.
You will move first.
Yes, I would like to. And this would be would this be brawl? This would be brawl, right?
This would be strength and brawl, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, he will try to oppose with your brawl by kind of pulling himself free, if that makes sense.
Yes, I will rouse the blood as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do not get hungrier. So, okay. Here we go.
Oh, no. That's fine. That's good.
Oh, yeah. You grab him and throw him towards his friend. Well, he lands on the floor, and his friend sort of loses his footing. He was already stepping back, and he's sort of struggling to remain upright, while the other one, the unarmed one, is standing there desperately looking at Sappho in order to make this stop. Are the rest doing something?
What's Sappho's reaction to all of this? Because if she's heavily distracted by this, Luna's going to want to try and sneak past to get to the Baron's room.
Roll me Wits Insight, please, to gauge her mental state.
This episode back, and we're splitting the party. Good job, gang.
We started the last episode the exact same way.
This is true. Oh,
1 success?
1 success. Let's see. This would be Composure Subterfuge, I think, is the for her. Which is a good pool for her. Oof. By the way, I did not make these pools. These pools come from a book. It's
I don't believe you.
I do not make my NPCs powerful on purpose, okay? This is just taken from a book.
We're just in a bad way. We make bad decisions.
You could spend some willpower, Jess, if you have any.
Oh yeah, I do. I have some willpower.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, if you want to roll willpower, you can do so.
Yeah, let's take one of those off then, and then give it another go.
I think if you, willpower you can do instead of rolling all over again, you can right click your thing in the bar on the right and then do willpower reroll. Then you can select up to 3 dice to reroll.
Oh.
So do that on the first one if that's okay. And then normally it will also automatically take a willpower from your sheet, so you don't have to manually do that if you do it that way.
That is good to know.
So that'd be 3 successes.
Reroll 2. Okay. 3 successes. You beat it. You're the acting vampire. She seems annoyed by what is happening, and you think she is going to try to stop Trip in his tracks.
Okay, so her focus is entirely on Trips and this situation.
Yeah.
So, because I know where the Baron's room is, I'm going to do a little bit of a snacky snack, and I'm going to sneak past.
Okay, roll me Dex plus Stealth, and you can have a 2-die bonus to this, because someone just conjured up a lot of mist in this room, and it's kind of, hard to see everything.
You are welcome.
So that was Dexterity and Stealth?
Yes, and you can have a 2-die bonus to this. If you click Stealth, you can select Dexterity there, but yeah, you know
nice.
that. So.
5.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have her oppose this, but I'm assuming she's not gonna...
Can me and Trip roll for this to see if we notice that Luna is just leaving us, or will that be on our sort of turn?
It depends. Do you mainly try to outmaneuver Sappho or your coterie members as well?
Oh no, I'd be helping Trip at this point.
Yeah, but this was a question for Jess.
Right.
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to mainly stay out of sight of Sappho or also of your friends?
Just Sappho. I don't. If my friends see me going, then that's a bonus because they'll be like, okay, she's out of the way because she's probably not going to fight anyway. So.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say you can just see it if you want, or if you willfully want to ignore it, then that's also fine.
It'll just be like in the corner of my eye. I kind of see her walking away or doing what she's doing.
I would argue Trip is preoccupied.
Very true. Marcus.
Are there civilians in this hotel lobby? Not just us and the other vampires?
So it's the vampire, the 3 orderlies, and then the receptionist you talked to originally, who's at this point kind of hiding behind her desk kind of.
But there's no other people walking in and out or walking around the lobby or anything.
At the moment, not that you can see. No, you came in pretty late. It's after 12 o'clock. It's kind of dead at this point.
Kind of dead, pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Okay, so Trip has scared 2 of them, knocked one of them over into the others, and from metagaming, Luna has seen that the other vampire is getting quite angry at this, but obviously Marcus doesn't know that. Okay, I mean, Marcus would just be preparing to fight, but he'd be like, Trip, what's the plan here? I personally don't think we can take all these, especially with not much help from Luna.
Okay.
Because it's true.
Okay, so if you're preparing, then next up is Sappho. I am going to do her turn. Okay, so Sappho looks at you, Trip, and sort of catches your eye, and she is going to try to use one of her powers on you. And
Fair. It's fair.
I need you to roll wits plus composure.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Yeah, that's about right. See how bad this is.
Charisma plus presence.
Oh,
God.
should I spend a willpower?
Do it.
She's also gonna spend one because.
Okay,
goddamn.
okay, fine.
Willpower off.
Willpower off. Are we tied?
tied,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That means
But
she wins.
She's the
Yeah.
active kindred, right?
yeah, she's the acting vampire.
Oh well, it was worth it to be close to winning.
And you look her in the eye, and suddenly her eyes shift. They become yellow, and her irises become slitted, almost like a snake, as she stares at you. And suddenly, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and a paralyzing fear takes hold of you as she uses Eyes of the Serpent. So you are currently immobilized, frozen in place. She yells, basically like, "Get the other one!" and yells in the air, "Luna, where are you?" Basically, as one of the orderlies now runs up to Marcus, and he's going to try to sort of wrestle you down.
Okay.
Also, strength brawl for you.
Okay. Strength plus brawl. Oh no. I will spend a willpower. Good. Good.
Very good, very good, very good.
How much did you get?
4 plus the bestial failure mark thing. Possible
Yeah,
bestial
but
failure.
four is enough. So, would you like to defend yourself? Would you like to hurt this guy, or you
Yeah.
just?
So as he's coming in to tackle, I'll sort of move out of the way and jab him right in the ribs to try and like knock the wind out of him as he comes towards me. So I guess it would be strength brawl again to do that, right?
We just take these ones,
Alright,
so that would be 1 point of damage, I guess.
Yes. I think it would be more damage because I have the lethal body.
Are you using lethal body, or are you
It's just
choosing?
it's passive. It's just that is
lethal use?
That is interesting because I think ghouls count as vampires for the purposes of taking damage.
okay.
So they would not take aggravated, but
Okay.
rather.
But can Marcus tell that this is a ghoul because of the way it took the damage?
I am going to say it does not do as much damage as you think it might have done.
That's okay. That's okay, but that was the plan, is just to try and knock the wind out of him as he's trying to come near me, instead of like, I don't necessarily want to kill these people because they're close to Luna, but if they force my hand, it's gonna happen.
Okay. I guess everyone has gone, and then we are back around. What are the intentions this round? What do you guys want to do? And then we will handle them in order of operations as described in the rules, I guess. Yeah.
Eyes of the Serpent, you have to maintain eye contact.
Yes.
So I noticed that this lady is yelling at me, but she's she's yelling about Luna and giving orders to her underlings,
Mhm.
but she's just looking at me.
Yes, that's correct.
Even with 1 intelligence, I'm going to go ahead and say Trip, while he might not recognize what's happening, kind of thinks that she's got to keep looking at me. So Trip is going to try to get her to look away using his chemistry. And what he's going to do is, out of the corner of where her eye would be, he wants to create just like an image of Luna like ducking behind something or dashing through a door or something, kind of to see if she can't get her to look that direction instead.
Hey, can you pull up the text of chemistry on the... Okay, roll manipulation plus obfuscate versus composure plus wits for her.
Oh.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, her social skills in this case, composure, are just.
I just need to
enormous.
run up and deck her in the face. I bet she wouldn't be able to do anything. So I try. Also, I think that causes a rouse check. I believe. Yeah, it costs 1 rouse check.
Yeah.
You could say something out loud for Marcus. He's
Marcus,
currently not occupied.
Marcus, help! Marcus, this is bad. Because he's kind of frozen in place and he can't really yell.
So you try to distract her. What's the rest planning?
I'm running fast to the Baron's quarters and ignoring the yell of my name.
Okay.
I guess it's to keep everyone here, right? Because now that she said, Luna, where are you? I'm assuming Luna has now run away somewhere. So it's to keep them with the goons within our area instead of running after Luna, it's Marcus is thinking right now. And also trying to solve why Trip isn't moving.
Okay. So let's handle that first, Marcus. So what exactly are you doing? What's the...
So if one of them attempts to leave our area, they're gonna go where I saw Luna go in the corner of my eye, I'd stop them and try and basically rugby tackle them down.
Well, the two that tripped through last turn kind of are scrambling back to their feet, and they seem to be planning to get on you in order to try to take you down.
That's fine then. I'll Trip, come on, we need to fight. Why aren't you moving? And he'll, I guess, I don't want to sound horrible, kick the one that's already right next to him, just to keep him down for now.
Yeah,
and then
sure.
while the other two are coming towards him.
Sure, he's going to try to roll out of the way, but yeah.
Strength brawl again?
Yeah, strength brawl, and he will do dexterity athletics.
Oh, actually, that was much better than the dice than I thought.
Oof. Yeah, you kick him.
Right in the stomach, so he's oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems to hurt.
And then sort of ready myself, near Trip, thinking that he's frozen ready to fight, not frozen as in just completely stuck, paralyzed.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say the ghouls go, then Sappho is gonna go, and then Jess, we will deal with whatever you're doing after that. So the two other ghouls, Marcus, I'm gonna say the ghoul on the ground has had his fair share, but the two ghouls are now heading your way, carrying batons this time.
I forgot about the weapons. Shit.
Yeah. And they will each make a strength melee attack against you. What do you want to do against it? Do you want to block it? Do you want to duck out of the way? Do you want to...
I want to try and duck out of the way of one, and as the other one's coming, I want to try and grab his arm between my arm and try and hit the baton out of his hand. So at least it gets sort of knock the baton out of his hand. So at least it gets rid of one weapon.
Yeah, so I guess that would be... So I'm gonna let you choose which one of the two you want to do this on. The second attack, you will have a -2 penalty to defending yourself in whatever way, because you're being attacked on two sides.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They will make 2 melee plus strength, and you can choose how to defend yourself against that. Strengths. 2 successes each.
Okay. So to dodge out the way of the first one, that would be dexterity and something, wouldn't it?
Dexterity athletics, probably.
Yeah, that's not the best, but that's fine. Oh.
Yeah, you're a vampire. They aren't. So yeah, you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then, to sort of grab the other one and hit it out. That would be strength and... Would it just be strength and brawl again? Because
strength and brawl again, but -2 because it's basically the second attack you're taking this round. I think let's try it that way and see what comes.
Oh, that worked. So Okay.
Ooh.
I will willpower that.
You can only roll one.
I know. But yeah, I can meet it. So no. Okay, that's fine. So
Yeah.
I get a baton.
So you dodge out of the way of the first one, and the second one is coming closer, and it cracks you on the head. Yeah, you take one superficial damage.
That's fine. I already, for some reason, have one superficial damage. I can't remember why I have that, but that's fine.
Did you heal from the day before?
I don't. No, it was when we were interrogating. He headbutted me, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
We
you already
can-
have like a broken nose going into this.
Good. This is going well.
Here you go. Be a shield failure.
Are we talking Clan Bane? Would that be under description for you, Joe?
It might be.
Yeah. What's your clan bane? Let's have a look at those.
Oh god,
Clan
it's so long.
Ruthlessness. Yeah, that fits. So this thing cracks you on the head, and you think, this fucking mortal. You are a vampire. You are better than this thing.
Yep.
And you hear a familiar, very familiar female voice in your head saying and berating you about not being good enough at anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look up, you feel your fangs are extended, and you will.
Oh dear.
And yeah, you will take a 2 dice penalty to any roll until basically you succeed in disarming this guy. Like, failure is not an option.
Jesus.
Okay. Okay, so I am intent on disarming this person now.
Yeah, because that was what you were basically trying to do with this action, and yeah, now it's personal, basically. And then Sepho is going to step closer to Trip and say, I suggest you lay down whatever weapons you were holding, you're going to calm down, and just leave here peacefully. You are attacking members of the Baron's court. I hope you realize this. There will be consequences without breaking eye contact with Trip.
Is this some sort of like command? Like, is
Just
she
not.
just she's just telling me this?
Yeah, she's just telling you this. Like, you should probably, and whether or not you do it is up to you later. But for now, she's just trying to de-escalate a little bit. Okay. So, meanwhile, in the halls of this of the Claremont retreat, we see Luna running through the long hallways up to the wing where the Congress basically lives, up to the rooms where the Baron usually resides.
I will check the door if it's locked.
The door to his personal quarters, you mean?
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, it's locked for now.
Damn it. I'll call out and I'll be like, "It's me. It's Luna. Come on, let me in. Sappho's acting weird. She's not letting us in. She's let me see you. You right in there?"
You get no response.
Ah, shit. Okay. What kind of lock is it?
Just like a lock you might find on like old school hotel doors. Like, not like doors that you can open with like a key card, but with like an actual key.
Okay.
The door itself doesn't seem to be made like too sturdy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it a good old kick.
you'll give it a good old kick. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me. Yeah, strength plus brawl, I think. Oh yeah, strength plus brawl or strength athletics, whatever's better for you.
I have no athletics, but I do have a bit of brawl. One success.
Yeah, you like feel the door like cracking, but it doesn't like quite swing open. Like, one
Okay.
success is kind of the bare minimum. This is like a little bit harder than that. That makes
Okay.
sense.
I guess when it's my next turn again, I'll just kick it again.
Yeah, sure. Remember that you can also like rouse your blood to add a little bit to your strength as well, if you would like to do this next turn.
Yeah, I think she would be roused at the failing, probably. So yes, I agree on that.
Okay. Back downstairs. Trip. What are you doing?
I'm still.
You can spend a
Scared
willpower
stiff,
to
right?
escape it. You can spend a willpower.
I do. Do I automatically escape if I spend willpower, or can I reroll?
Yes. You're stuck for at least one turn, but that turn is now finished. And now you can escape by either her breaking eye contact or you spending willpower. By kind of pushing through the paralyzing feeling, if that makes sense.
Can I argue that being frozen solid like this has kind of let my bestial failure kind of pass? And it kind of clears my head a little bit because I have been unable to act towards it, or no?
What was your bestial failure?
My bestial failure was trying to read her with eyes of the beast, but then I failed at that, so then Trip decided to bristle and put himself in danger's way, which is the compulsion of my clan, which is why I decided to take on 3 of these dudes at once.
Yours probably ended as soon as you...
Yeah.
Fight,
I'd say it's... I'd say with the combination of things that has happened that your compulsion has been fulfilled for the purposes of this.
Okay. So Trip's eyes are darting back and forth, trying to clock everything while he can't move his head, and just say, "In eye defense, I don't think those eyes are in your odori." And then he closes his eyes for a hot second, and then slowly his mouth starts to be able to kind of move his jaw, and says, "In my defense, we never attacked you, just your uppity dogs. So we can leave here and call it square, if that's okay with you."
Of course, they're just ghouls. No harm, no foul. You didn't kill any of them, did you? And she'll, knowing that, the spell is broken, she'll look over at Marcus just to make sure, they're still alive, right?
Marcus looks ravenous right now. He is not. He's pissed off.
Hey, Marcus, buddy, we can still step this back, but you gotta cool off. You hear? Shit. That's probably my turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think next up we'll go to Marcus, yeah?
Okay, so I gotta act on my compulsion. So, how would he disarm this person being pissed off with the lady's voice in my head telling me I'm not good enough and
You
all
could
that?
petulantly slap it away, just nah. Just smack it out of the hand.
Well, the best way would be to literally disarm him, right? So
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, right. I will.
Jess says do it. Luna says
I'm not.
don't.
No, I obviously can't. I'm not going to be able to disarm him.
You can
Yeah.
try.
I can take his arm out of action, so he can't use it anymore. Yeah, so I'll grab his arm, pull it towards me, and I'll punch right where the elbow joint is to bend it backwards and break his arm, so he'll let go. It would be like a 6 weeks to heal his arm. I've broken my arm. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent thing.
It's just very inconvenient.
Yeah, it's just inconvenient for the time being.
I mean, it says any setback is felt profoundly, and they quickly escalate to the most ruthless of methods
exactly.
until they achieve their aim. So you're playing it to a T.
Yeah, because this is a very specific called shot for what you're trying to do is take his arm out of action. You'll take I'll say a 2 dice penalty to your roll.
Okay, well,
And
I'll rouse my blood so I get those back.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I'm
you will-
even hungrier. 3 hunger as well. Oh,
Oh.
God.
It's going great.
Strength plus brawl.
I'm gonna do so well.
Oh, you rolled
Come
well.
on, strong ghoul. All right, so far.
Okay, well, I'll spend my last willpower because...
What happens if you run out of willpower? Do you just not have it anymore?
I meet it. I'm the active vampire. Perfect.
No, you actually superseded because this is a crit now.
What?
Because you have two of those of the Angst with the Stars. So that would be 6, I think. Six
Yep.
successes. So yeah, you take his arm.
Like my MMA training is like kicked in, and I just grab his arm and smack right perfectly to where it just bends the arm backwards.
Smack right there. You hear like a disgusting crunch as like his elbow breaks, and like I want to say that like a piece of bone like juts
that is
through
what
the
I was going
skin
for.
in like the other in like his elbow, like just like bends completely out of shape, like gruesome wound.
Yep.
And he falls to the ground, basically crying and screaming as he drops his baton that he has in his hand.
And as he drops down, like you just see Marcus like shake out of it, like as if something was like in his mind. He's oops.
Trip looks at Sappho and just says, 1, I just met that dude yesterday. I do not know him. 2, that technically does not mean that he's killed. He just inconvenienced for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, the dude is like just mewling on the ground, like. And Sappho just stands there saying, "God damn it, where's Luna?" And
you were locking eyes with this baby blue. I couldn't look anywhere, lady. I have no idea where she went.
Just as she says that, the camera zooms over to another part of the retreat, and focuses on our Bruja.
Okie dokie. I will. Is there a certain way I click to use my blood potency? Because I haven't done that yet.
So you just rouse the blood. It's done just as you would rouse it for for a power. Normally there should be a button on your sheet that says rouse.
Yes. Okay. There's a rouse.
Okay. You get hungrier.
And then.
But you add 2 dice to your strength pools now.
Oh, cute.
For the rest of the scene.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Like your first kick was kind of weak. Like it sort of like barely did anything. But now, like your second kick, like you're getting like a little bit more worked up, and like the door literally flies off its hinges as you basically enter the room. These are probably some of the most luxurious rooms that the retreat has to offer. There's no light burning there, and it kind of looks like nobody has been here in a while, except for like a vaguely human shape lying in the bed, kind of lifeless, if that makes sense, but still a person.
I'll walk over to the bed. I'll be like in a whispery voice, like, "I'm sorry I broke your door, but you weren't answering." And then I'll go over and like try to gently rouse him awake.
So the body in the bed is indeed the person you're looking for. It is Duncan. It is your sire. You see the windows are all like blacked out with like thick blackout curtains, making sure that no light whatsoever gets in here. As you come closer and try to rouse him, like it seems basically like touching a corpse. He doesn't move, he doesn't rouse, he's not waking up. This is not like a person that's asleep, because even a person that's asleep, there's a little bit of movement to them, a steady breathing of sorts. But this is not the case for vampires. They don't need to breathe. When they are sleeping, they are basically corpses. And as much as you shake him, as much as you try to wake him, he does not seem to rouse from his slumber.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I can tell what's wrong?
Yeah, roll me an
intelligence with medicine?
This would be more occult plus intelligence. Yeah, what success? You have seen torpid vampires before. Torpid. Vampires in torpor. Vampires that are not dead. Like, when vampires meet their true dead, they do what they basically rapidly age, like for the duration that their body would have been dead. So most vampires your age, and his age, would like fall to ash, or maybe leave like a skeleton. This is not this. This is a deep restorative slumber. Some vampires enter it consciously in order to, because they're bored of like just everyday existence, and just decide, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep for a few centuries. Others, like for example, if vampires sustain heavy injury, they would also descend into torpor. And you have seen this before. And this sort of looks like that. It's difficult to say if it's exactly that, but he does seem torpid, if that makes sense.
Okay.
There's no like stake dislodged in him anywhere. He doesn't seem to have any like outer damage of any kind, but still he seems lifeless.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of give him like a sad but affectionate look, and kind of just gently push his hair back and make sure he's tucked in nicely, and turn around, because there's really nothing I can do in this situation, and prepares to go downstairs to yell at someone.
As you start to leave the room, you can't help but think back. When was the last time you've seen him? When was the last time you've seen your sire?
I feel like I try and see him once a month, maybe, if I could, but depending on what else I've got on.
Well, vampire existence is strange. As soon as you've lived a couple of decades, time sort of becomes more fleeting, more meaningless. Sure, you try to visit him every couple of months, but then there was this protest, or this political figure that needed following. I think it might have been a couple more months longer than you thought. Maybe 2, 3, half a year?
Guilt is now setting in upon upon her, realizing that feels very guilty about that.
Like he was here, but how long has this been going on? You have no idea.
Yes. Okay, so the guilt has now just increased my anger at Sappho, so I can take my own guilt out on someone else. Lovely. So that is what Luna will do. She'll go to leave the room, give a sad look back at the Baron, and then...
So you leave the room, stepping over the door that's now just like laying...
Try to gently pull it up so it's like resting in the doorway, so it's less of an obvious situation, and for politeness of privacy. But yeah, that's not something I can fix in the moment. But yes, that is what I would do.
Okay, so you go downstairs. Marcus, Trip, it takes a few minutes, and you see Sappho slowly sends other employees, people of the retreat, after like into the hotel looking for Luna. And it takes a couple of minutes before you see her figure walking down one of the hallways back towards you. Anything you would have done in the meantime? Except for, like, licking your wounds, or if you have any... Because I don't think any of you... Oh, yeah, I guess Marcus kind of got.
I got superficial damage. It wasn't too bad. It was just but a scratch. I would be like... I would apologize to the vampire, not the ghoul, because I don't really feel sorry about that. So I would apologize to her and say, I'm so sorry for taking one of your minions out of commission.
Let me quickly look at some of the Chronicle tenants, just really quick.
I would help him up and like move him, but like
What are your...
I'm respecting him.
Yeah, respect others and demand respect, but you just legitimately said you don't care and you're sorry about taking out one of her minions.
He is a minion to her. You think she respects him?
For now we'll let it slide, but
It has been 2 months since we played, so I totally forgot about those 10
yeah,
minutes that we
say
had to follow.
like I had to review it myself because it's
Okay then, well, with the tenants then I would feel a little bit bad, and I'd move him and like help him to like somewhere where he can sit until if they need an I'm assuming because they're technically mortal, they would need an ambulance. Come and but I would be definitely apologizing to her as well for taking him out. I don't know what came over me. It was
you should really learn to be more respectful. It's a much better way of doing business. And it might grant you a little bit more favor with the people in charge. Clearly meaning herself at this point.
Well, I mean, you gotta watch those rascally Malkavians. They're a little unpredictable.
Oh, you're a Malkavian. We have one of yours as well here somewhere. I'm sure you know him, Prana?
Do I know him?
Does the name ring a bell for me?
How should we answer this?
I have got a 3-clan friendship, so they and I have an eidetic memory, so if it did come up at some point, I would remember it.
With clan friendship, I think you have heard of him. I don't know if you've ever seen him in person. In purpose, damn sub. I'm not sure if you've ever seen him in person, but you would have heard his name. He's basically like the Malkavian part of the ruling coterie of the Baron.
I've heard the name, but I've never met him in person, so I wouldn't even recognize him if I saw him.
Curious. Trip, you can roll me an intelligence plus wits. Because you've been around the city for a little bit.
Gigantic dice pool, get ready.
You have no clue.
No.
I think like Trip has mostly been like hanging around like humans basically, and like trying to sort of make his way into like the more like extreme sports crowd or something that more suits his interests. I don't know. Just putting words into your mouth that I should not do. But
Trip is a bit of a vagabond. So
yeah,
him not being completely ingratiated in the kindred circles is not unheard of.
Yeah, you
He's
would
not
have
the Malkavians.
Yeah, you would have like dealt with some here and there. You do a little bit of smuggling, but I don't think this particular coterie is one that you've run across personally.
Okay.
Okay. So Luna, you come down the hall. What happens? What do you do?
I just kind of, I'm walking fairly casually down the hall. I've got like my hands in my pockets, and I go, well, could have saved us all this trouble, Sappho, and just told me what was happening, rather than us having to do all of this and me running off to find out by myself.
Let me quickly take a look. Does she have this? She has not. She will look at you and say, so you've seen him then?
Yes. And on a side note, someone's going to have to fix his door. But yeah.
God, what did you do?
Kicked it a couple of times. And...
Well, if you've seen him, you should know exactly why I didn't let you see him. And you should know exactly why I did not want you to know, or anyone for that matter.
Feel I have a right to know. Just a little bit of a right to know. You don't have any rights to keep this kind of information from me.
Let's talk separately, away from prying ears. Sort of like shooting a sidewise glance at Marcus and Trip, as she basically takes you to like an office, like somewhere like halfway down the hall.
These guys kind of come as a package deal with me at the moment. You're gonna need to let them listen in.
Trip's eyes have been bouncing back and forth as if he's watching a tennis match between Luna and Sappho. That's back and forth.
Sure, they can come with.
I'll just turn and nod at the two of them and then follow her.
You will see her like whispering something in the ear of one of the guards that's like running off. Before.
Can I activate heightened senses and listen in on that?
Sure.
Okay, that is a free cost for me. So.
Okay, you can roll wits perception and add your aspect score to that.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing perception. And do you mean awareness?
Awareness, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's D&Dism. Okay, 3 successes. You do hear her whisper, "Get prana," which is the name of the Malkavian she just mentioned earlier.
Okay, so as we're walking behind, I just lean over to Marcus and I say, "Give you a heads up, she's fetching your friend."
I don't know him, so I know of him.
Well, then it looks like there's about to be some introductions. Just thought you should know.
Seb, do I know anything about him apart from his name? Like what he's like, like in my business partner's stories of the Malkavians and stuff.
Apparently he's some sort of like spiritual guide, like some sort of monk or something.
I will tell Trip that. Exactly.
He just gives you an incredulous look and gives you a thumbs up. Like that's.
I don't personally know why he's here, but whatever.
I mean, if he's in good with the Baron, maybe he's just here for, an easy bite to eat.
That's a good point.
Okay. So, they take you to you guys to the separate office, where she like sits behind the desk and say, "Please sit. We can speak freely now."
I probably won't sit just because of twitching more than anything. So she'll kind of pace a little bit as she goes. Okay, first question, was it his choice or was he forced to put himself in that state?
Truth is, we do not know. Starting 3-4 months ago, he just started falling into longer and longer slumbers. Like, at first it was a few days, then a week. He hasn't awoken in a month now.
Were there any changes to his routine before? Did someone who doesn't normally visit him? Was he talking about strange subjects before? Anything?
Well, to be fair, I think the only visitor he regularly got was someone that didn't show up anymore. And she kind of looks at you with like a semi-accusatory look, but I don't think it was that, to be quite honest.
Okay, I do admit I should have come to visit him sooner. I lost track of time. It's so hard to keep track of time. A lot of things going on.
I know.
I definitely should have come.
I know, it's okay. It's not fair to put that on you, but it doesn't change. We don't know what is going on. That's the thing. But we have, me and the rest of the Congress have done our best to keep it from everybody. So
Okay.
Peace would be maintained. And so the Camarilla didn't think that there was something nice and juicy to get here. Now we don't have the bandwidth right now to deal with some of the more unruly elements living here in Oakland. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. But for now, we'll let them be until Duncan can wake up again and we can put things in order once again.
And it's only then that Trip realizes that Duncan's in torpor. To be fair, he's also posted up by the door, and since he has heightened senses on, he can hear like if anybody would be coming up to the door. It's just kind of like cross-armed, leaning against the door frame next to it, like listening to this conversation, but also keeping his attention outside. And so he'll just be like, "Oh shit, Luna, I guess I owe you an apology. Kind of hard to do anything in that state. Guess I was wrong."
It's fine. You wouldn't be the first to have those opinions, and you wouldn't be the last.
Well,
But
if that's the case, then maybe we should loop in Sappho into this then? Since I'm guessing since you're making the calls, you're the next one in charge, right?
Well, that duty is sort of divided between me and Edgar, and well, the rest of the Congress. We sort of rule in concerts.
All right. Well, I mean, Luna, do you want to get her up to speed on what we've been dealing with over the past 24 hours?
We've had some run-ins with some hunters recently, and we're not the only ones, and we're not the only ones being targeted. Though this place wasn't on their hit list, there's a lot of other nests about the area that have been discovered by these groups. We killed a few of them at a motel down by the bridge, but we don't know how big this goes. We interrogated a guy. They just get given information.
You
Very,
killed
like,
someone,
remotely.
Luna. That is quite.
I didn't. I would like to say I stood outside. That was their doing. And she like turns and like points to the two guys.
We can
behind.
attest to that. She's a real presence in a fight. Very supportive, morally speaking, and that's about it.
Oh, that's how we know her, Luna, right? In spirits, but not in body. Great job, girl.
Do you like
And
that child proud grin?
Yeah, like you might not notice it, but that was like a huge that was like kind of an underhanded comment about her, like kind of like we know how she is, and we got frustrated by it too. sort of like
Luna's still proud of the fact she doesn't kill, so she will be proud by that comment.
yeah. You would know Sepho never really liked you.
Yeah,
She also did the service of letting one of them go as well. No offense, Luna, but that one you could have stopped.
I am not going to confirm nor deny those accusations.
I mean, if you could do that eye thing that she does, I mean, can you teach her that trick? Because that's neat, and I'm guessing it's useful.
Oh, that thing. That is something of a specialty. Not a lot of people can learn that.
Shit, lady, good for you. Trip still has the heebie-jeebies over it a little bit.
Understandable, heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
So, now that you know, I am sure you understand that we cannot let this get out.
I definitely agree. We can't let this out.
If
So-
people hear the Baron is in torpor, there will be a power struggle. And that is something we can miss right now. For sure, if there are hunters around.
Yeah, have you heard anything about that, or is this the first you're hearing about an organized group of hunters being seemingly hired to eradicate us?
Ever since Big K took over San Francisco, there has been an increased activity. We were aware of that, but we thought it mostly had died down since in the last year or two. We thought it was mostly localized to a few local cells, but if they are organized and part of a bigger thing, then that's worrying.
Well, they're definitely organized. I mean, Luna, you can tell her about the map with all of the locations that are pinned. They knew where a lot of us hang our hats at night.
Yeah, I can give you the locations of the groups that are in danger. If you want to spread that out, you have better connections than me.
So, what do you tell her exactly?
We say that I can illustrate a map of the nests known to the hunters, and if she would like that information to let those nests know that they've been compromised, then I'm willing to give it to her so that she can help those other people.
Oh, let me get a map. And she gets out a map, and you kind of show her the places where they are, and like internally she's like thinking like, oh, who lives there, who owns the territory, and sort of tries to measure like who she needs to inform. And you're sure these are all the ones they know about?
That were on the map that we saw in the motel.
They do their dealings online, so there could be another hunting group with a different map for all we know. But this is all we have right now. And we knew that this wasn't on here, so we thought we'd come here for at least some help.
Well, this is worrying. Well, this, and she points to the area in downtown where you saw. This is the place where the Oakland Freedom Council usually meets. It's the big rec center. I think we can let that go for now. They've been a thorn in our side for a while. If they are dealt with, I think we will have a much easier time staying below board.
Trip doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
What was
But he
Trip's reaction?
glances at Luna.
Luna gives him a look, which shows you that she's not content with what Sappho has said, but she isn't going to speak out about it in this moment.
And then she points to another, and these, pointing towards the circle at the docks, these are recent arrivals. We have not been able to meet with them yet. Our bandwidth's sort of limited at the moment, but they might make for some interesting additions. I heard they're gangrel, but it's we will go
Recent.
have in the last year or so.
So
Okay.
Gangrel, but not part of Karsh's crew.
I do not know. They came from inland. I think maybe Sacramento, something from around that area, maybe.
Would I know anything about Sacramento gangrels?
Sure, it's intelligence.
All right. Not a good pool for me, but I'll still try. Can this be streetwise?
Yeah, either intelligence or with streetwise is okay. You can choose which one of the two.
2.
2. Yeah, you've heard of a small group of gangrel arriving in the city. Let me quickly pull up my reference sheets.
Give me that juicy lore.
Yeah, so Sacramento is definitely like a Camarilla-controlled city, but the gangrel and the Camarilla are kind of like a difficult story. They are officially not a part of the Camarilla anymore, not since like the late 90s, but a lot of the gangrel individuals choose to stay behind, while the main clan basically joined the Anarch movement. We have heard of like a couple of stragglers arriving lately, but they were rough. They seem to have a rough time from what you've heard. They came through the redwood forests, which is a miracle in itself, and apparently their group was much larger when they first left, and I think only 3 of them ended up surviving the trip.
So Trip would reiterate that for everybody. Haven't met him in person, but I mean, if any of them could get through the redwoods, that's pretty impressive for someone of our distinction.
Yeah, you've not met with them personally, but they seem capable from the stories you've heard.
Such a capable group that managed to navigate their way through Redwood. How did they get themselves their location discovered by hunters in under a year? That's what's strange to me.
I mean, who do we know that would have their finger on the pulse of all of these areas?
Finger on the pulse. Vampire-wise, you mean? Or mortal-wise?
I mean, somebody's feeding the mortals their information.
Well,
Somebody knew about the strip joint that Marcus runs. Someone knows about where the Oakland Freedom Council meets. Somebody knows about where these gangrels are licking their wounds. And the rest of all these places. I mean, that's got to be somebody that's damn connected or somebody who's doing a lot of homework.
If I am one to guess, I am guessing the second one. The war that Big K had in San Francisco pointed a lot of eyes towards this side of the country. It's been tough keeping things under wraps, trying to stay unnoticed. It might be small things that can give you away. A phone call to an unsecured number, or some kind of traffic camera that picks you up at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's really small mistakes can be your undoing. It's really we learned the hard way to try to stay on the down low. The logistics are tough.
Well, we were coming to Duncan to see if he or anybody that he knew could do something about this. So I guess that falls to you. What do you think the course of action should be going forward?
Well, if I may strategize, I would get them to safety as soon as possible, pointing at the new gangrel arrivals at the docks. They are a new force, and one that is, I think, will be able to either provide stability or great chaos if they were to survive, especially if those troublemakers bite the dust.
Agreed.
What time is it now, Seb?
Now around 1 to 2 a.m.
And how far away are the docks from this rehab resort?
So right now you're basically somewhere between Oakland and Berkeley, somewhere here, and the docks would be like here, like underside of Oakland, between Alameda and Oakland itself, and on the island of Alameda as well. There are also docks there.
All right, so that's not too far. If we hustle, we can maybe see if we can't get a sit down with them tonight. If everybody's feeling okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But whilst we're here, I would like to grab a bite like I normally do, because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to come back.
I'd like to stop at the club before we go if possible, just to pick up a few things and make sure that it's in good hands, because otherwise I'm just with I forgot his name, my business partner.
Caesar?
Caesar, that's the one. With Caesar as unreliable as he is, I think I need to give it to somebody else, the keys to somebody else to open and close.
Meanwhile, behind you, there will be a knock on the door, and the door will open. In the doorway stands a bearded Indian man wearing some sort of Hare Krishna style robes with like some sort of beads around his neck and like vaguely smelling of incense. He said, "Pleased to meet you. My name is Prana." And then
Seen this man? Is he
oh yeah, you know him. He's basically
Yeah, okay.
like...
He's not weird.
No. He is basically the spiritual one of the group. He has like great like powers of like predicting the future, somewhat, seeing far off places. Like he is like he spends most of his time in meditation, but it seems to be like interesting. And here at the center, he sort of like teaches yoga, like nighttime yoga and nighttime meditation to like rich customers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
To like rich like CEO types. So yeah, you called for me, Sappho. Yes, I am. My friends, I do know you have the best of intentions, but as I told you before, we cannot afford for the news of Duncan to get out. Therefore, I would ask you to have Prana cloud your memory of this revelation.
No, absolutely not.
Hey now.
Absolutely not. I told you before, and I'm telling you again, out of everyone here, had the most right to know what was happening with him. And for you to assume or suggest otherwise is frankly arrogant.
My dear, if you want to be kept informed, come visit. You are welcome.
Yeah, then you can be Men in Black, mind wiped every single time you step out the door.
Look,
Black.
There's nothing wrong with using that sort of ability, Trip.
Look, we cannot afford for anyone to find out. If any vampire or mortal catches you, who knows what they might get out of you. This is something we need to keep under wraps.
So you're telling me that you are keeping everyone of this Congress in this building, never letting them leave ever, just so the information doesn't get out? Is that what you're telling me? You have everyone here under lock and key, or you erase their memories until they come back? that what happens? Are you telling me that's what happens?
Not with those in those terms, but we are very careful about who learns of this secret and who gets to remember this secret.
I'm not taking my memory of this.
And how about your friend?
I'm not too keen on someone poking around inside my head either and just hitting, using a whiteout marker on certain spots.
Do not worry. I am very gentle. I will only touch those places that know of our Baron's current predicament.
I mean, it sounds good to me. I'm Marcus, by the way, and I'll purposely hold out my arm with the Malkovian tattoo on it, just to make sure that it's known to him for a handshake.
And he will shake your hand too?
I've heard so many stories about you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Caesar's little boy, aren't you?
Little boy is a bit insulting, but yes, I'm Caesar's business partner.
Well, it is good to know that the Malkavian have some sense. And he will stare you in the eye, and he will try to use cloud memory on you.
Yeah, I'll willingly do it, because I know how it works, so he knows that it's only like the past, like, whatever. It's not like he's rummaging through your memories or anything.
Very gentle, and just like you still remember most of what was said in this conversation. It's just the part of you that realizes that Duncan is not currently in charge. There. I suggest, it has been a heavy couple of minutes. I suggest you wait in the lobby.
No problem. I hope we keep in contact, and he'll walk out.
Look, I understand why you want this done. And if this was any other situation, I would very willingly allow you to do a bit of foggy memory in the name of security. But this is too personal, too close to the heart for you to be removing it for me.
Look, Sappho says, look, I will not force you to do this. I know he is special to you in ways that we might not entirely understand. But this is about more than just you. This is about the safety of the Anarch. This is about everybody's safety.
I want a boon for this. Minor. We don't have to get too crazy, but allowing someone I don't know to poke around in my head, that just doesn't sit right. So I need you to sweeten the deal for me.
A minor boon can be given from the from the Congress in general, not from me personally.
All right. What's your name again, Haas?
My name's Prana. Pleased to meet you.
Prana. My name's Trip. I would say I wish it was under better circumstances. I guess do what you gotta do. Please don't leave me as a vegetable. And I reach out to shake his hand like Marcus did, because that's how I feel like it works.
So this time he like sort of grabs both sides of your head and like stares deep into your soul. And like inside your mind you hear forget, and like clouds wrap around like certain parts of your memory, and the knowledge that Duncan is in torpor is now clouded. Please, thank you for visiting the retreat. Namaste. Have a good time.
Oh, that is weird. I know you did something, I just don't know why, but I know I got a boon for it. That is fucking weird. All right. Luna, I'll talk to you outside. Like, Trip just walks out, and he's trying desperately to remember what they made him forget.
Ask a question about how cloud memory works.
Yeah, I'm sort of homebrewing this, but he is like a pretty advanced user of this, so I'm saying he has like a little bit more control over this than what is usual. Because normally I think it's like
what you saw Marcus do, yeah. What you saw Marcus do is a little bit different to what he's gonna do, basically.
So,
well, you can always resist. There is like a chance that like it won't take, right? He has the roll is charisma dominate versus your wits plus resolve. If you like resist.
But he would be aware if it failed, wouldn't he?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. I would give that chance, I think. I would just I'd look at Sappho and I go, well, as always, prioritize the majority over the emotional side of things. That's the way it's always been. So, yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, but I still want a snack before I leave. That's sensible. And then she'll give her hand out, but she will resist.
It is nice to have you, to see you're with us again, Luna. I am sorry I have to do this, but it is for the best. And he will roll.
Possible piece of failure. He makes you forget by eating your brain.
So what have I got to roll to resist again? Sorry.
Wits plus resolve, and I'm gonna say, yeah. Let's see how this turns out first. Okay.
I want a willpower.
Willpower away. Can select up to 3 dice. Okay. I'm gonna give this to you because, like, you meet it. I think technically he is the acting vampire, but I'm gonna just run with it because I think it's fun. You maintain that memory, but because that means he technically failed, and there is some kind of bestial failure there. Is there something? Is there something else Luna just randomly forgets about these, like, past few minutes? Like, does he miss his target? It's basically what I'm thinking.
I think she'll forget the dock location where the people are that we're supposed to go and help.
Okay.
Where that group is, probably.
Sure. Thank you for doing this. Now, shall I show you to your snacks?
Oh, yeah. Oh, head hurts a bit, but I am feeling a bit peckish.
Yeah, those things happen. I am very sorry. And yeah, he will point away to your snacks. So how do you feed? What form do your snacks take?
They're all like consensual, like lads that live in the building that are all like, hey, you can eat this, and I'm like, chill. That's how mine works, I think.
Yeah, these are basically like, there are like people here that are like in an utter state of like pure relaxedness. Basically a combination of drugs and just being in like a spa like all the time just puts them into like the sweet spot of like being absolutely like relaxed. Yeah, you can have a bite. I'm gonna say the person you have a bite from has like a little bit special about her blood. Like they're just so relaxed that it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I will give you a discretia because it's fun.
Yay, disgracious. Are these new? Are these a new thing?
No, these have been a thing, but like the resonances and like disgracious and whatever, like they don't get used much because it's like a lot to think about, and it's like not the most like easy thing to work in. But I think they're kind of fun.
Yeah, they're neat.
I'm not sure if they work the same or if this is some kind of homebrew I found somewhere. It's been a while since I've updated this file specifically, so I'm not quite sure. But you get the comfortably numb discretia.
Nice.
Because they seem like the type. They're just super chill. And you can, reduce your hunger to 1 if you want. Okay, so are you guys heading out? What are you guys' plans?
Well, I've eaten, so we need to go to Marcus's club. I think that was the next on the list.
You come out to Trip just grilling Marcus, like what was it? Come on, that guy was in our head. He used a whiteout marker in certain spots. We followed Luna into the office. Sappho said something. Then she wanted us to wipe our minds. You were fine with it. I need a little talking to. But like, it's weird. It just whites out.
Trip, I would just no worry about it. You'll never forget. You'll never remember.
I know I'll never forget. I'm trying to not forget.
It's gone.
That is so bizarre.
Sometimes you just gotta let somebody rummage around your head. It's what it is.
I guess, but I mean, you should have at least asked for something. I mean, you just let the dude do it for free.
He's a he's a fellow clan member. And gotta make sure that he's all happy with everything, and he doesn't report back to Caesar that I was a little bitch.
Right. Trip just nods slowly at him and then sees Luna coming out.
All right, ready to go?
Onward,
Yep.
upward.
Just stop at the club, and we'll go straight to the docks. It's no problem.
You're going to see Luna's face contort a bit, and then she'll suddenly think, "Oh, that's he must have taken something from me, and I guess the reason we're going there is that." And you can just see her suddenly go from like, "What does that mean?" to, "Oh," because she's like, "Okay, she'll find out."
Cool.
Yeah,
Let's
so,
get going.
Luna drove us, I believe, in her van, right?
Yeah, get in the
Yeah.
van.
Do we want to take Luna's car to the docks, or do we want to take one of Trip's cars?
I feel
if
like
they
we
see
should
Luna's
change
car-
vehicle.
And
We should definitely change vehicles because mine's not the most ordinary looking vehicle, if I'm being honest.
Well, Trip has 2 cars at the strip joint. He has the Sebring convertible, the beater, I think, parked outside the Pleasure and Pomegranate Club. That's what it's called, I believe.
it was something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember myself now.
And then he had driven a different vehicle, a smaller pickup, a Ford Ranger, there separately. So he has 2 vehicles there. The convertible could fit all of us, but it's nothing special. And the truck could fit one other person comfortably.
Well, Trip, you said the truck was tagged by the cops, wasn't it?
No,
They-
that was
they
the,
saw
that
it.
was the van.
Oh, wait, okay.
The van was the one that got stolen in air quotations,
Yes.
and the car
Okay,
was just
we'll,
in
we'll,
your
we'll take
car
the
park.
truck then. I think would be the best option.
Okay, it is an extended cab, so there's either Luna can sit in between us in the front, or one of you could sit in the back in one of the fold-down seats, which is not very comfortable and it's a little cramped, but I mean, it is a place to sit back there. Because I have said that this is an extended cab.
It's not the end of the world. I'm sure we can manage. for
Yeah,
an hour or
I
so.
can squeeze.
Okay. So we'll get in this car. I'll turn on some Waylon Jennings for us to listen to on the way there, because Trip's a good old boy.
Oh wait, did you do anything actually at the club?
Yeah, sorry. I would just I closed it before, but
Because this is still Monday.
yeah, I closed it before we left because I didn't want anyone in there. So basically, I would go in, get some bits and bobs that I need for my routine, but obviously they don't know about that. And then I would how would I do this? Because I can't use technology. Yeah, I'd lock everything back up after that, and I'd ask Trip if he can just make one more stop, and it would be to my baby something that I forgot his name, Baby Guns or something like
Baby
that.
gun.
Baby
Big
Big
babe.
Gun.
Baby Big Guns.
BBG.
Why did you forget my name already? It's like you're like my best friend, Marcus.
I love him.
Right, Baby Big Guns, you're in charge of the club. If I'm not back tomorrow, so I'm gonna give you the keys. But if I'm back, don't worry about it. You just come to work as normal. But just open up. You know the routine now. So just open up, and I should be back by the close. So just if not, just keep the keys on you, lock up, and I'll come get them from you.
Hey, thanks. Anything else I should know
Pay you a little
about?
bit extra. No, nothing else. Just make sure nothing happens. I don't know if Caesar's going to be there. That's why I'm giving you my keys, just in case he doesn't open up. But just go to work as normal if he's there, and if he asks where I am, just say I'm out.
Okay, sure, no problem.
And I'd give him like some more money as well, just for the inconvenience. And then I would head out with Trip and Luna.
In the meantime, while Marcus has been having that conversation with Baby Big Guns, aka Derek, I think you said his real name's Derek.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately just reaching into the duffel bag that I have, and I hold up the assault rifle to Luna, and I say, yes or no?
No.
Okay, I put it down, and I pick up one of the high-powered pistols? Yes or no?
No.
I put down. I pull out the Browning high-powered pistol that's mine. Yes or no?
No.
Okay. I pull out the Louisville Slugger. Yes or no?
It's the best you've offered, but still no.
Ah, fuck. So I put them away and I say, we're gonna figure something out for you. And Marcus probably comes back at that point.
I probably would have parked the van a little bit away from the lounge, just so it's disassociated.
I would have used some of my reserves blood in there just to get rid of like 1 hunger at least, because I'm at 3 hunger as well.
Yeah. This is your place of residence and work, I guess. You can. It makes sense to have like some extra blood bags stashed away.
Yeah, I'll only do 1 hunger because I know we were in a rush, so I'll go down to 2.
Okay.
Oh, let's get going.
So, you get in a van.
A truck. And it's a smaller truck too.
Okay, you get in the truck and you head to the docks.
I will squeeze in the back because I feel like perched in the middle is too awkward. I don't think we're at that stage yet.
Trip is apologetic. I don't usually travel with more than 1 person, if that. So, sorry.
That's fine. It's not the worst situation I've been in, so I'm never going to complain.
So you drive to the docks. You don't know the exact address where these gangrel are holed up. You know a general area, I would say, from the map, but finding like their hideout might take a little bit of work. Is there a specific way you would like to go about this?
Trip doesn't have any special tracking abilities or anything like that. I have heightened senses. I could see if anything's amiss around me, but that's really it.
Yeah, I don't really have anything that we can use.
I technically still don't actually know why we're there because I can't admit that this is the thing that I've forgotten. So she's just waiting for someone to tell her.
Like, Marcus is trying to remember the map because he's got that eidetic memory, and he's trying to, like, was it like the entire dock was like circled out, so it's not like it's something pinpointed by the dock?
Yeah, it's a general area, but it's like not like it was like a specific address or something that was like pinned on there. So you've got like maybe a 2 to 3 block like radius. Now this is mostly like an industrial area, a lot of warehouses, very little like residential real estate, if that makes sense.
Well, I don't think we have much choice other than go see if there's anyone in these warehouses, I guess.
Seb, are there any like homeless people around or any like night security or anything like that?
Yeah, you can find someone. As you drive through the street, you do see like some homeless people like having made like a little encampment in like some kind of little piece of like grass like in between like different like company buildings, kind of those things. This is kind of like a city that's had it rough with like homelessness issues, so that's no problem. I'm sure if you go searching specifically on the terrains of the companies itself, you will find night watchmen, just because companies really want to make safe that their like property is protected, you know.
Yeah.
So
Did we get a name at all, or did we just get the general people that are around here?
Trip, you rolled earlier, and you heard their leader is named Jeanette.
I don't know about the other 2, but the one in charge is named Jeanette.
I mean, it's worth a shot asking the security guards if we can see Jeanette. Maybe she's working late because that's when they can work.
Yeah, we also got those lot over there. We can maybe see if the homeless have eyes and ears on this, maybe.
That might be a good shout because the homeless might be able to say if there's been any figures that don't normally coming around, and that could be hunters scoping out the place. So get a bit more information on them.
All right, well, let's talk to them right now. If they can't lead us anywhere, Marcus, we'll see if we can't track down some security for you to ask.
I can always sneak in as well if it comes to it.
What was that?
I can always sneak in if it comes to it. I can be like I was in the shadows, basically.
All right, solid plan C, I think. We got to make sure that these gangrel know that we do not mean them any harm.
No.
These are gnarly dudes. Luna, you want to lead the way? You're the most charismatic out of all of us.
Yeah.
Got the keys earlier, so.
Yeah, let's go talk. Let's go talk.
I use conceal. I bring, for the sake of Luna, I bring the bat with me. I don't bring a lethal weapon, but I still want to bring something just in case stuff goes sideways. But I use conceal to hide it, so no one knows that I'm armed.
And who are you approaching exactly, or who are you trying to approach?
I guess the sleeping homeless people, probably.
Yeah.
That's our plan A, anyway.
So, as you walk up to their encampment, you see a few are sleeping, a few are like kind of sitting together, mostly ignoring you and whatever is happening. There are like a group of 3 of them over there, and you see they have like in like some sort of like patch of green grass, which like inside like some sort of drainage pipe. They've made like a little encampment dry spot. I'm not sure.
Is there any one like the most approachable looking one? So rather than grizzly old man, like is there runaway teenagers? They're usually a bit more.
You see a man and a woman who kind of seem to be sticking together. Maybe a couple fallen on hard times, and then one sort of older man, long, like medium long gray beard, kind of scraggly. All of them, several kinds of unwashed, but yeah, all down on their luck.
I don't go towards the couple. I think someone who's on their own.
I'm gonna activate.
I feel like they're mugging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate the Blush of Life since I can do it for free.
Yeah.
For the rest of the evening, just to kind of, seem as if I'm a little cold and rub my arms a little bit. You can see the goose pimples, on my arm, I guess.
Okay. So I cancelled out the couple. Who are the single ones again? Sorry.
So you have the couple, and then you have an older gentleman that's like sort of like they seem like they're friends, but they're not like as close as the a little bit younger man and woman are, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So 3 homeless persons, a couple, and an old guy, basically.
Go for the old guy. Yeah, the old one. It looks like I'm starting to go towards the couple, and then I change my mind and go towards the grizzly men, which was not what I wanted in the first place. First thing I will say, I go, hello there. Do you have a moment just to chat with us quickly? Share your fire a bit, maybe?
And like he sort of looks around and he points like,
yeah, you. Sorry, I don't know your name, so I can't be polite about the whole affair, I'm afraid.
And like with a very like hoarse voice, he says, William.
Hello, William. My name is Luna. These are my friends Marcus and Trip. We don't normally come down to the dock. Have you been here long?
And he like nods no.
So he hasn't been here long.
Yes, and he'll say like with a hoarse voice, sorry, accident, and then he'll like pull down like some kind of like part of like his coat to like expose his neck, and you will see like a gnarly scar around there. Saying,
looks nasty.
Hard, can manage.
I'll stick it to yes and no. So we just do nods for yes and shakes for no. Just makes things easier for you. I don't want you straining that. I was just wondering if they've seen anything odd in the area going on. Anything unusual. Well, yes, for unusual, shaking your head for nothing changed. That is a fair response. A shrug is fair. Have you met the people who work here?
Dock workers, they don't like.
They don't like you, so they don't come near you. Is that what you're trying to say? Fair enough. Fair enough. Do any of the others that you hang around with, and she'll like indicate the couple and the other homeless people, they made any complaints, any comments about the dock workers that seem odd?
Long hours, harsh conditions, usual.
Okay, but none of the other people in similar situations, such as yourself, have complained about the dock workers personally.
Life on streets hard.
I get that. I understand that.
Hey, Luna.
Yep.
Ask him what happened to his neck.
I feel that's a bit rude.
Does it look like a bite? He might know who we're asking about personally.
Did the neck thing look like a bite, Seb? Because that's a weird place to bite.
It could have been, but it also didn't seem really fresh. Maybe like it didn't seem like it was done last night, basically. But could have been done within, I don't know, a year, maybe.
How long have the gangrels been here? Like, are they?
They've been here a year.
Somewhere
Year
within
ago.
the last year they arrived in.
If you want to ask, you ask.
Hey, Haas. Trip. Sorry to bother you. I'm gonna activate awe. It's kind of rude to ask. Sorry, but what's going on with your neck there? Like, what happened there? If you don't mind sharing.
Attacked, accident. Don't remember.
Oh, that must have been one heck of an accident if you don't remember what happened.
In hospital.
Gotcha. I'm sorry to bother you and bring something personal up like that. When about did that happen?
And he'll like point towards like somewhere like off in the distance.
Well, I was asking when, but I was also going to ask where too.
When? Couple months, 6, 7.
And you, because something that I like to do in my spare time is rehabilitate dangerous dogs. So if there are any known around here, like you, we could see to that. Trip kind of looks at Luna and Marcus and was like,
some guard dogs around here, not many. Mostly use cameras now.
Gotcha. And you said that happened about whereabouts? You think?
I can't show.
You could show us? Are you sure? We don't want to put you out.
Don't have a lot of things to do here.
All right, Haas. William, sorry. Thank you. Yes, please. If you could, that'd be good.
And he will stand up and lead you down the street a couple of blocks over, like a good 6-7 minute walk, until he leads you to what looks like an abandoned warehouse. It's like abandoned might be a little bit of a stretch. It does seem like it's used sometimes, but like there's a lot of rust on the garage doors, and like some of the windows have been smashed in over the years and never replaced. So it might be used, but it's not
badly maintained.
Yeah, it's badly maintained. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
I nod to William and I say, "Thank you, sir. We'll see if we can't help any wayward canines in the area." And Triple go inside his pocket, pull out some cash and count out 3 $20 bills and hand it to the guy. Say, "That's one from each of us. Thank you for your help. Get yourself a meal, maybe a bed for the night if you can."
Thank you.
And then I guess I look at Marcus and I say, "Well, if you want to do your sneaky thing, this would be the time. I would again tell you that not to seem too spooky, We don't want these dogs to bite us.
Okay, I can't like become invisible, but I can be quiet, I'll try and go around them as best as I can. And I will activate this Silence of Death, so I am inaudible. And I will also do this, so I just gain a bonus to my stealth rolls. Oh, it's passive anyway, so I did not need to actually
You
sit.
always have it going.
Yeah. Is there like a window near the building, or on the building, obviously, but near like us, so I can try and sneak past any guard dogs or whatever?
So right now you're sort of in front of the building, like chain link fence with like a gate sort of blocks your way at this point, but this should be easy enough to climb over.
Mm-hmm.
The building itself is basically a large sort of concrete block with like a few major like garage gates or garage boxes that like are used for like for shipping purposes to load and unload containers and like semi trucks, like those types of things. And then to the side, there's like an entrance, like on like a metal on top of like a metal short staircase with like a couple of like windows next to it, and you think those might be like offices or like administrative parts.
Okay, so I'd like to go there if possible and like have a little look while they wait out the gates, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like me to roll for that?
That would be dexterity and stealth, and you can do the 2 dice bonus because of Shadow Cloak.
2. Oh, I will rouse because I don't want to get caught if there's anything there as well. Oh, okay, that's fine. So it would be another +2.
Mm-hmm.
3. The hell? Oh.
Okay.
And then I just sort of like poke my head up by the window to see if there's anyone in the offices.
At the moment in the offices itself, you do not notice anything. What you do, or at least no humans, what you do notice is like sort of like a rat that's like running across one of the tables and like sort of like looking for food, kind of.
Is the door unlocked? I'll just like feel if it's locked or not. I won't like wiggle it a lot. I'll just try and open it.
No, this is a private business. They would lock their doors at night.
Okay, I'll go back to Trip and Luna and say, "There's no one in the offices. We might be able to get in that way, or at least without rousing much suspicion." I couldn't see anyone. Could I hear anyone while I was there, or was it just quiet apart from like the animals scurrying around?
Roll me awareness with awareness.
Wits awareness. Okay. Oh, nice.
You might have heard something a little more like deeper inside, but it's difficult to tell which were the actual normal sounds of like a building like this, like just creaking underneath like wind or its own weight to a certain extent, and which parts were caused by scurrying animals, which is close to the water, like rats are typically a huge problem. You did, or maybe like some kind of guard dog. It's difficult to say. What you do seem to notice is that there's no apparent like security guard. And I'll also say that there's no like cameras, at least not in this building.
I'd say we're pretty safe to get to the offices. It's inside. The door is locked, so either we knock and hope that we don't get jumped, or we try and sneak in and hope we don't get jumped.
I mean, those are some great options.
Not very good at sneaking.
Seb, I deactivate awe. I don't want to draw attention to me now.
Okay.
So, okay.
Luna, roll me awareness and wits as well.
Gadoosh.
Ooh, that's
A
crit.
messy critical.
Yeah. So you are an artist,
I am.
and you do often work with protest groups. On
I
the
do.
side of this building, you see a piece of graffiti. Something that at first sight would be innocuous. But you know, vampires, especially the Anarchs, sometimes use use graffiti or certain iconography to denote domain or denote some messages, some messages to other kindreds that know how to read and recognize this iconography. And while you have not seen this particular symbol before, you do think that this graffiti, or at least part of it, sort of denotes somebody's domain.
I would point it out to the guys and go, "Do any of you recognize this domain symbol?"
What
Would
would we
probably be
roll
the-
for that?
Or I just want to check my
What would
features.
this be? Streetwise plus intelligence, I think.
My pool's small, but I got it. So
I have good, but I don't think Marcus would know their symbol if it's about the people moving. So I don't. I can still roll if you want, Seb, but
Yeah.
I
I'm
got
still pretty
one.
new.
If you don't think you know, then you don't have to roll.
Yeah, he's still pretty new to the vampire scene. So.
Yeah, and these haven't been around for long, so you do not immediately recognize it as one of theirs.
Because I have eidetic memory, if I've seen this before, I would know what it is.
How much have they hung around with the Oakland Freedom Council, do you think, Luna?
I think she probably would have been asked to do a couple of things with them, but she will have never reached out to do things with them, but anytime asked, she would help. So I think she would have done a few things with them.
Yeah, I'll just say you also rolled a 5. Yeah, I'll say messy critical, sure. You recognize this as the symbol of the Farrells, as they call themselves.
So it's the symbol of the Farrells. And what would I know about the Farrells?
The Farrells are the group of gangrel that came here from Second.
Oh yeah.
Recently.
So
These are the people you're looking for, although you might not remember.
I don't know. I'm like, this is the Farrells symbol of the gangrels from Sacramento. This is their symbol.
All right, so then we know that they're holed up in here. Maybe we don't want to go sneaking in. I mean,
Yeah.
we know that they're here. Let's see if we can't be nice, and because this would be their turf.
They are here to help, so it would be weird to sneak in to aid.
All right,
Well,
so I guess I'll reactivate awe.
Yeah, I'll also put ore up just in case.
And is there some sort of what would be considered a front door to this place?
I guess the door leading up to the offices would probably be most like a front door. The others are like emergency exits, like the huge garage doors for semi trucks to load and unload. Yeah, I guess the door to the offices would be the most likely main entrance.
All right. So let's not hide anything. I'm gonna go ahead and drop conceal from the bat, just so they can see that I have it if they are watching. I guess we'll go up to the front doors, and I will make a show of setting the bat down next to the door, and then stepping away. And Luna, if I knock, do you want to do the talking?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Leader's Jeanette. Proper nouns imply familiarity. I guess that's all the advice I got. All right, let's go. I knock on the door. I knock on the door, and then I step back to let Luna shine.
Luna is now just suddenly realizing she has not yet admitted she's not entirely sure why we're here. Can't really remember fully.
So it takes a couple of minutes, but after a while, you hear a little creaking on the other side of the door. You hear a key turn in the lock, and the door gets thrown open. Before you, you see a petite black woman, fairly young, probably just a teenager still, who's wearing a leather jacket, dreads in her hair, and on her back is carrying like a big ass like katana sword.
Nice.
And she says, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Hi.
And
We
that's where we'll stop for tonight.